Was there a specific play where you were like, all right, I'm back, I feel good, that you can point out?
Yeah, my first play back in there, Wade called a blitz for me, so that was good for me just to be able to cut it loose the first play, and after that, I felt right at home.
You guys, it wasn't much easier to win. It seemed like you were out there a lot. Were you expecting that much playing time?
I wasn't sure actually, but I told them I was ready to go wherever they needed me, and I went out there and I just played my hardest for the team.
What was it like just to be a part of something like this, where you guys were down but not?
It's great. I mean, we were down by 2 touchdowns. I mean, obviously we expected to come in here playing a 1-8 team and just, kind of dominate like we've been doing, and that wasn't the case today. So we found a different way to win, and we had to grind it out, play really hard, and we found a way to do it.
How did you guys get the stop when they drove deep and could have won with a touchdown with their first drive? How did you get that stop?
Just, with guys like Brady coming there, filling the gaps, just playing hard. Everybody coming together, just executing the scheme. That's how we got it done.
Is this the best kind of game to come back in? I mean,
yeah,
it's really emotional.
Yeah, this was a hell of a game to come back for. I mean, we had to fight hard, had to come back from behind, and I mean, my body is real soon. I feel like I just got in a car accident.
When you think about the long road to recovery you had, I mean, can you put in words what it felt like to be back on that field, knowing how close it was to all getting away from you last year with that injury?
Yeah, I mean, it was a unbelievable feeling. I mean, feeling like at some points that I might not play football again, and just being out watching on the sideline for a year, just coming back, it was amazing just to go back out there and contribute and be a football player again. So I can't tell you, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Thank you, Daryl.
Keep us physically rested. Mentally we got to make the transition going to Detroit. But we're professionals. And it's a quick turnaround, but we got to get it going.
What was it like going into overtime?
We were happy. We were happy that we got it to that point. We would have liked to close it out, but we weren't able to. We just knew we had to get going. Defense knew they had to make plays. Offense knew that we were going to have to throw the ball a little bit. We wanted to protect. We didn't know how it was going to play out, but we were just glad we had a chance. And anytime we got a chance, we feel like we can win.
Andre had the greatest game of his career. What was going through your mind when you saw him streaking around the sideline?
I mean, throughout the whole game, just watching him make plays over and over again, and like I said, my book, he's a Hall of Famer, without question, and this late in his career, for him to have this kind of game, I think says a lot about him. He's an extremely talented player, but also works hard, and defenses know that we're going to look to him over and over again, yet he still finds a way to get open, and find a way to make that big play. When I heard the crowd go off and I looked up, I saw him running and I knew it was over. I started celebrating when he got to about the 30-yard line, and it's just a great feeling, man.
Were you able to finally exhale at that point, because it was like little bit? I mean, what was going on in your mind when that whole play?
Yeah, they did a good job of not giving up big plays, and I was just preparing myself, to line up, and get what they was going to give us, and just keep going from there, and when he broke out, I exhaled, It's been a long game, man, physical game, and I'm just glad we came out on top.
About Matt's performance today?
Great performance, man. We had to throw the ball a lot, and they made some plays, and against a team like that, we knew that was going to happen. He did a great job of keeping his poise. They got pressure at times. He did a great job of sitting in there and delivering. And in big games, it comes down to the wire. I trust him more than anybody. And I don't want anybody else under the center. And I love that guy. He makes plays when we need him, and it says a lot about him.
When you knew there was something about Jacksonville, right? I mean, these guys were going to come in and we're going to lay down at all. You knew this was going to be
Absolutely, man. People were talking about calling it a trap game, this and that. I knew better. Those guys have a very talented team, and from an offensive lineman standpoint, that front four, front seven is one of the most physical in the league, in my opinion. And they never lay down. They have a lot of pride, and when you have to pass so much, it really makes it hard on you, because those guys are physical rushers. And we did a great job all day of battling with them, matching their intensity. When they got up a little bit, and they started to build more confidence, we did a great job of still chipping away at them. And they fought hard. My hat's off to them. I'm just glad we got the victory.
Slip by us, an opportunity against a team that you should probably beat. Even though it's a division game, and it's always a tough battle with us and the Jaguars.
it's one of those that you're supposed to win if you're a great team. If you're a team that's going to do big things during the season. So just trying to get wins and add them up, so we're in a good spot at the end of the year. And this is we kind of realized as the game was going on that we couldn't let it slip away. So just so good to get the win going into Thursday and this 3-game road trip that we have coming up. So huge.
I was going to say, how important was it the way? Now the way. I mean, there was so many times it could have happened, but y'all found a way to stay in it, even though it wasn't obviously one of the better games.
Yeah, if the great teams find a way to win, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the score is, it has to be. Like I said last week, 13-6. Tough defensive battle, and today we got to win a shootout. So in overtime, took damn near the whole overtime period. So playing 5 quarters today is, I think everyone would have been okay doing that, getting the win the way we did.
We go down and score, and they come back and score, and it's just going back and forth. So it's definitely emotional. I mean, you just gotta, for those type of games, you just gotta fight for every inch, and make the plays when they're available.
Thanks, Chris. Just a little bit the other way. Does that show what a complete team this is?
I think it does. The one thing is we always know that we can do that, and we win every single day. We just got to go out there and prove it week in and week out. It's one of those things that's something special going around here, and you got to take advantage of your opportunities. And we didn't early as an offense, and obviously we just kept plugging and came through in the end.
What did Coach Kubiak say after you guys hit the locker room?
Same thing. Obviously last week we won in one way, and then we had to come out there and score big points this week. It's not something you always want to have to do, but whatever it takes to get the W is whatever it takes to get the W, and that's what happened.
Obviously, you haven't been in a game where there have been 2 scores in overtime and then a third. Was this maybe the wildest game you've been in?
Yeah, I haven't been in too many overtime games, and with the old rules, they used to finish pretty quick. With the new rules, you find guys on the sideline asking what's going on, and it's one of those things that obviously we wanted to get that 1 touchdown on our first drive, and we drove all the way down there, but we didn't come through. But in the end, it did.
Now 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, you come back and find a way.
Yeah, that's just a testament to the team. I mean, last week we won a low-scoring game, and defense played their hearts out, and this week we had to score a lot of points, and that's the great thing about this team is you can win anyway.
When you saw it,
Owen kept saying effort. He kept talking about the effort. He's never seen effort like this before. Do you agree with that? Did you feel like it was?
Yeah, I agree with him. I mean, it was tough early for us. Like I said earlier, we struggled as a defense. And offense kept us in it. We never quit. This team is resilient, and we showed that today. So, like I said, we broke it down, and we all had one heartbeat out there. We looked adversity in the face, and we didn't flinch. So, it definitely a hell of an effort.
Football today, from the high from Chicago to now to this one, man. How do you feel? I mean, emotionally, how's that roller coaster for you?
Man, the meaning, what they say about it's hard to win in this National Football League, it's real business. And it has to go off to Jacksonville. They came ready to play, and they did. They executed, made a lot of big plays, and they matched us fight for fight. Our offense, they did good to keep us in the game. Jacksonville offense was on our neck from defense the whole entire game after that turnover they had. It's funny when you prepare for a certain quarterback, and we played against Annie and when he was in Miami. But he came back. I guess he had more weapons, and he came out ready to play.
Let's talk about Blackman. I mean, this was a totally different receiver this time than was when y'all saw him about week 3.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was going through those rookie steps that he went through early in the season. Now he showed up in this game, and I feel like they feel like they had to. A 1-18, and they at least want to finish their season with being 500, 8-8. And they came out, they fought with everything they had. They had pride, they fought with it, they played together as a team. You can hear them talking, the receivers working things together, they were blocking all together. I mean, it wouldn't seem like they were playing individually. They were all playing together.
What do you attribute the big plays to that the team gave up today?
I'll say just them making a lot of plays. They capitalized on things that we shouldn't have gave them. And then there were some plays they just made individually. And that's just the way it was. I mean, the quarterback makes some plays, throwing the ball at sometimes I didn't think he should have thrown the ball, but he thrown. Those guys made plays.
The touchdown where Lewis ran past Glover, you came up, tried to bat the ball away. How did that unfold from where you were standing?
Dude, big body guy, man, and he had a good position on me. And initially, I was thinking jump and pick the ball. He kept going, and I couldn't knock the ball down. He had made a good play.
Let's talk about the pressure that y'all were on in the overtime periods. Like when they were going down, it looked like they were going in for the score. Y'all really had to pull y'all back and just limit them to a field goal.
Honestly, just watching film and how Wade broke it down. You know, we pretty much knew what plays they were going to run down. As it got closer, when they went in that big in that goal line, you know, they just kept running the ball, trying to draw us up, and they drew a good play and send the fullback out on me and run the ball deep and pass it to him. And say they ended up getting in the end zone that way as well. And he had a big game.
You know, when all the crazy plays when you got the package shot, was that something? Were you laughing, crying? What was going on?
I don't want to talk about that, man. I don't think I could have cried. I mean, tears wouldn't come up. I tried to laugh. I couldn't be inside. It was just mixed emotions, honestly. But I saw the ball. It was tipped just a little bit, and I actually caught the ball, but it felt like while I was telling him, I said the ball seemed like it kept going, like I couldn't stop it, and I just fell back and dropped the ball. And luckily, it was a good play. If I would have picked the ball back there, I was going to have longer to drive. And
that was just one of the crazy. But you guys hung in there. What does it show people that you could win this way? You did not fold. There's so many.
I don't like showing people this type of win. To be honest with you, you know, we want to win the game clean and not in this way, and going to play extra quarters. And you know, we played against a team. I mean, that they came out, they showed opposite of their record, and they showed like they were 8-1 team. And but we had to battle back. And these are the type of games, I guess you're going to be tested. If you're going to call yourself a winning champion, you have to go through these things. You know, different weather conditions, adversity when players on your team go down, guys have to step up, and then you're playing from behind a team that's fighting for everything. And so we end up coming away with them.
What's the real preparation doing? And y'all keep them out. It's an obvious question, but how critical is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the difference between winning and losing. And today was a battle. Today was a claw and fight your way to a win, but we got a win, and we're 8-1, so we're happy about that. I don't know what our record is.
Whatever it is, something in one.
I like it.
Right.
JJ, what was your reaction when you knew Andre was going to score? I mean, what were your thoughts going through?
Excited. I mean, especially for a guy like Dre and for a play like that. In that situation, it was awesome to see. So happy for him, happy for our team, and just proud of the way we fought.
Did you ever allow yourself to think, hey, wait a minute, we're not going to pull this off? Or you always thought, hey, we're going to make this happen?
Yeah, there's no doubt. There was no doubt in our mind at any point. With this team, with these guys, with the character guys we have in this room, there was no doubt in our mind that we were going to win this one.
JJ, Antonio talked about, y'all found a way to get the stops with the game on the line, despite what happened the whole game. Thoughts about where y'all found a way when it mattered, really mattered.
I think the good teams and the great teams find ways to win games, and they find ways to step up big in big-time situations. And today, we did that. We did that in a big way. It definitely wasn't pretty. It wasn't clean. It wasn't what a lot of people expected this game to be, but we won the game, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
One offensive question, Matt Schaub. Only one quarterback in the history of the NFL, Norm Van Brocklin, has thrown for more yards in a regular season game than he did today. He tied Warren Moon. Just from your teammates' point of view, what do you think about what Matt did?
It was fun to watch. I mean, he was just dicing his way down the field. It's so much fun when you're sitting on the sideline and watching him go to work. And the things he did today was awesome. And the receivers played well, Garrett, Andre, everybody. So it's fun to watch our offense, and they come to play every week.
Jay, you can talk through the line of scrimmage and the kind of battle that was today.
Yeah, it was a battle. That was a good football team. Those guys were playing hard, playing tough, playing physical. Give them a lot of credit. It was definitely a grind in the battle up front.
Was it surprise they emphasized the pass so much? Usually with MJD, they go run.
Well, I mean, obviously MJD's out, so they moved to the pass a little bit, and they had success with the pass. So you can't blame them for doing that. We need to get a little more pressure and do what we did at the end of the game, do what we did in the overtime period. Get pressure, bat some balls, but find a way to win.
How much does this mean going forward? I know every game is in the end of itself, but yeah.
It's a big game. I mean, it shows that, I think last week showed we can win on the road in a tough environment against a very good team. Today shows that we can come from behind, be resilient, win a grinder, and we did that.